Hey man, what's good? You want a Coke? Okay, but seriously, hey, what's up? This is your boy Asiago, right here on the podcast. And actually, so why did I ask if you wanted a Coke? Well, it's because actually I remember I saw this old meme that I posted on my meme page. So the meme has a polar bear sticking its head into like a window. I'm assuming this is like some kind of like little one of those tiny like little scientist labs over there in like Antarctica or some crap. And so the polar bear, you know, he's sticking his head through, and freaking. And so like the caption says, "LOL, hey, what's good? You fellas want a Coke?" And I don't know why, but just the simplicity of that meme just like it just cracks me up. But that partially gave me the idea for my next character cast. Now, actually, I've been thinking about all these different characters. You know, who do I want to do? You know, who's gonna be next? You know, I'm always trying to do something different, or at least for the first 10 characters, I'm gonna try to like always make them unique. And then, like after I get 10 character cast down, I'll start returning some. You know, I mean, I'm already returning different characters. Like I returned Uncle Larry. Well, I mean, I'm multiple podcasts, but those were really more cameos than anything. But I'm talking about like that one mini cast, Petunia. Yeah, that was pretty much just a mini Larry episode. But I'm talking about just full length character casts. You know, like hour-long segments. Shoot, I'm not sure if this is gonna be a character cast or if this is gonna be sorry about that. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a mini cast or if it's gonna be a full cast. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it. I do have a little bit to talk about, just random stuff. But anyways, so again, that little polar bear meme partially gave me the idea for this next character cast I want to do, and his name is Polar Blast. And as you may guess from the name, he's a polar bear, but not just any kind of polar bear. No, this is a magical polar bear. You know, a magical polar bear with powers. And now, you know, what's the so I got that meme. You know, it was my partial inspiration for making this character. But what really made the character come to life was it's like it's just a little insignificant like little exchange between me and a coworker. Okay, so I'm over here at work now, like as always for the past like freaking 7-8 months now. I lost count, but like pretty much the majority of this freaking year I've been working in the juice aisle. So I stock pretty much everything from apple juice to freaking great value water, freaking and just anything involving juice, anything involving water, anything involving liquid that's not alcohol. I stock it. You know, and actually, one of the things like I stock every day is freaking Hawaiian Punch. Now Hawaiian Punch has this flavor called Polar Blast. I actually don't understand why it's called Polar Blast, because I'm looking at the ingredients here. Like I see an orange, I see a cherry, I see I don't think I saw strawberry on there, but I saw some some other fruit. I forgot what it was. But I'm over here like, first of all, these are like, aren't these like all tropical fruit? Well, not really, kind of, but don't these like not like grow in the damn poles? Like do these like last time I checked, freaking you don't see apples or freaking cherries or oranges growing in the North Pole or in the South Pole. Like if anything, there's nothing growing there. And secondly, why is it called Polar Blast? Is it because they taste cold? Well, I mean, I don't know how they can. I'm not sure how they can emulate the taste of a temperature into a drink, but I mean, I hadn't tried it yet. So, but anyways, but that's not the reason why that's not my other freaking inspiration for Polar Blast. So, anyways, the flavor itself is called Polar Blast. And so I had this coworker, you know, he finished his out, and my boss sent him to go help me out, you know, because I'm over here, I'm about to finish, but you know, the nature of my own is that I got quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I'm good on my own, but they sent this dude to kind of help me to get things done faster. And so this dude, you know, he's a pretty cool guy, you know, he's a friend of mine, but he's big, he has kind of a country accent, and like, you know, he was just asking me, you know, where do things go? You know, where does this go? You know, where does that go? You know, there's just the usual, because this dude was like new at the time, and and so like I don't know why, but specifically when he said Polar Blast, like I don't know why, but that like really resonating with me. Like I just, for some reason, I just couldn't stop thinking about the way he said polar blast. I mean, he just said it like normal. I mean, he wasn't trying to be funny or trying to be like, you know, like intensely country or anything like that. He just simply said polar blast, and I'm like, I'm not sure why. Like, and this is not just like a, you know, thing I thought about for a couple minutes or hours or even days. No, this is something I kept on thinking about every single day for like freaking months. Oh, actually, well, yeah, months. Freaking, I couldn't stop thinking about the way he said polar blast, and I catch myself like just like repeating it the way he said it, polar blast, because I for some reason I just really like the way he said it. But you know, that mixed in with that stupid meme that I saw, you know, you put them together. Well, in my mind puts them together and gives me like this character. So this character is you know, is a polar bear with powers, and so you know, and this polar bear uses his powers and to become, you know, sort of like a superhero, a superhero named Polar Blast. Sure, I'm still trying to work on like what voice I want to use, or I'm even debating if I want to like bring someone in to do the voice. I don't know. I'm still thinking that I'm still thinking that part through. If I do get someone else to do the voice, I would see if that coworker is open to doing it, or if I'll see if I can get someone else. I'm not sure, but anyways, like Polar Blast, you know, I'm Polar Blast, you know, I'm as you can may tell, you know, I'm a polar bear, and you know, because I'm a polar bear, you know, I'm legally obligated to carry around a 6-pack of Coke, you know, every day, all day. Hey, actually, speaking of which, hey, you want a Coke? No. You know, I'm thinking about something like that. You know, I'm not sure how exactly that sounded. That may be the final voice, the unfinal voice. It don't matter, but you know, I'm still kind of working that out. Shoot, and actually around this time, because this is episode 10, I believe. Yeah, episode 10. Again, doesn't matter if it's a full cast or a mini cast. This is episode 10. You know, of my of season 3. So and as you may know, every 13 episodes, I got a mid-season special, and then I got a season finale. And they're character cast. You know, it goes on every 13 episodes. And I'm over here thinking about, you know, who do I want to do next? Now, I have a list of all these folks, you know, of all these characters, you know, that I want to do. But yeah, I get like inspired to do one, but then I lose interest. But then I want to do another, or I really want to do one, but I really want to do this other one more. You know, and there's so many characters, you know, and I'm doing them every 13 episodes. And the fact that I'm like really just making one big podcast a week, along with some mini casts that happen sporadically, you know, it's kind of like. It's kind of hard to like contain the excitement I have for whenever I finally get to do a character cast, because I'm like, okay, who am I gonna do now? Who am I gonna do first? Who am I gonna do, like, you know, for the season finale? You know, it's just I get all pumped up, you know, because like back in the day, whenever I would post, you know, every single day, yeah, you know, it would only take me like 13 days, you know, not even 2 weeks, you know, for me to get to another character cast, you know, and voice another character. But this time around, you know, they're not as frequent. But that's a good thing though, because my character cast, you know, I always meant for them to be, you know, kind of like exactly as I, you know, call them, you know, a special, you know, the special things. You know, it's not something that I constantly do all the time, but some I do reference a lot, and some, you know, they kind of, you know, spice things up a bit. As a matter of fact, the way I think of it, I think character casts are like the most original thing on my channel. But hey, though, I mean, that's a good thing. Original content, you know, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that's how we do it. But anyways, so what else? Okay, so right now I'm recording on Audacity. So I may. So I mean, I could just keep on talking as I'm recording. I have no idea where I'm gonna put that little ad, or may not even put an ad. You know, for the little anchor ad. We'll see. It may be an unsponsored episode. I don't really give a damn at this point. But anyways, so so here's the thing. I recorded a podcast yesterday, because you know I was in the process of, you know, getting songs together, you know, on my YouTube playlist, and I was gonna start downloading them, and I thought, hey, you know, this is gonna take plenty of time. Why not do a podcast while I'm doing this? You know, because I remember doing that in one of my earlier podcasts, And to be honest, I hadn't listened back to it, but it doesn't feel like but I do remember not feeling like I did a good job on either task, talking to a microphone as well as freaking downloading songs, because I felt that like again, because my mind is split into two. I can't do two things at once, and if I try to do two things at once, I'm being like half-assed on both tasks. So and that's how I was feeling then. But now, it's all in the process. I've already used my little YouTube converter. It's a different one this time. The one I talked about on the original podcast was, taken off the internet. So I'm using something else. I'm not gonna teach y'all how to use it, because freaking I remember after posting that podcast, because like in that podcast I went into great detail on how to freaking do it and where to go and all that. And my boy Caleb, he's like, whoa, like don't do that, man. You're incriminating yourself. It's one thing to download music and you're not making a profit off it. It's just all for personal use. But it's another thing, to tell people how to do it. You might as well be just distributing the damn stuff. And I don't like my friends being in jail. And I'm like, okay, understandable. And I'm gonna be careful next time. And so I'm not even gonna tell you what website I'm using. All I can say is, hey, I'm downloading music, and so right now it's all downloaded. I'm just waiting for the files to download. And I thought, maybe instead of listening to the freak stuff like maybe the original podcast or just music or whatever, why not just make a podcast while I wait for these things to download? Let's see. Let me check on these right now. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, these downloaded. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so I was downloading these podcasts last night. Oh, not downloading the podcast. No, sorry. I was downloading these songs last night, and I was attempting to do it while recording a podcast. And let me tell you, like, I was tired last night, when I've been doing it. I talked for like a full straight up 15 minutes, and you know what happened? I forgot to set the damn program to the right microphone. So the entire 50 minutes, and I do mean the entire 50 minutes, I was recording with the internal microphone on my computer, and my computer is closed. I use a laptop, but my laptop was closed. It's under my TV. It's under my speaker, and I'm speaking into the microphone, and I'm thinking it's all good because I can hear my audio coming to my headphones. But then I realized at the 50th minute that the freaking microphone was set to the internal microphone and not this big old freaking $150 expensive microphone that I bought. And I'm like, ooh. I even listened back to the audio, not even 5 minutes in, not even 1 minute in, and I'm like, oh god, this sounds terrible. And mix that in with me being half tired, and I'm sounding high as a kite here, man. Like it was horrible. I mean, it was just absolute horror, man. Like, oh my god. Oh shoot. Like it just wasn't fun, man. It really wasn't fun. Like, god. Okay, so right here I'm gonna have to start. Oh man. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some of the downloads over again. But you know what, I'm not gonna do that right now, because you know what, I don't want to do a half-ass job on this. So I'm just gonna keep talking, until I feel like I reached a stopping point. Anyways, so I was talking about some deep personal things on the last podcast, and you know what, I'm a lot more alert and awake right now, and I am focusing more on my words, as of now. So I'll go ahead and speak about them now. Okay, so in yesterday's attempted podcast, I was talking about how I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm about to make quite a bit a big change in my room. So what's going on is that I got this full size bed here. Nothing wrong with it. It's all good. It's all Gucci. But the thing is that like nobody sleeps with me. My dogs don't even come on my bed no more to sleep with me either. I sleep alone, and I got this big old bed. And and I can and I'm just like in that movie Step Brothers. I'm like, what if I just got a twin bed? I would have more space, for activities. And so that's exactly what I did. I got myself a twin size bed. I got the frame, got the mattress. There actually is this one frame I'm really looking forward to getting in the well, not in the near future. Let's see, well, more about that in a second. So, but no, the whole bed thing, the bed being too big, that's not the reason why I wanted to change it out. The true reason why I wanted to, make this big old change to my room is because, as you may know, from previous podcasts, I am a game collector, or am I I can't talk tonight. But anyways, I am at least a video, sort of a video game collector. I collect any retro items. I collect modern items, but I really want to mainly focus on the retro games. And so right now in my room, I got quite a collection going on here. I got a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii, GameCube. Well, I kind of used the Wii as a GameCube, but I got a bunch of GameCube games for it. I got a Nintendo 64, Super NES, NES, Genesis, and a Nintendo Switch. And don't even get me started on all the freaking virtual consoles that are emulated on my modded Wii. But anyways, you would think, hey, that's quite a bit of consoles. Shoot, I mean, I hadn't even mentioned the 3DS and the original Game Boy. Well, technically, I just have a Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo, but I also have a Retro Duo Portable, which allows me to freaking play the Super Game Boy portably. So I technically do have a Game Boy too. But anyways, yeah, but that's a lot of the freaking consoles and stuff already, And so I paired that for just the sheer amount of games I got for these consoles. More specifically, the Switch, PS4, and the Xbox One. Like, I got so many games to those suckers that they're literally starting to, like, I'm starting to take out, like, hordes of books from little freaking different shelves on my bookshelf. And it's so far like a third of the bookshelf is dedicated to nothing but video games. And I'm over here thinking, well, I mean, I know my collection's bound to it's bound to expand a lot more. And on top of that, I want to collect more consoles because I have a dream, I have a wish list right now, and it has it's got quite a few more consoles on there. Again, as a collector, I will eventually just have every console that exists. And everything from the Odyssey to the PlayStation 3 to even the freaking Wii U, but like for really collective purposes, not just to have them, but as of right now, I'm really only getting the things that I really truly want, because I mean, those are the things that I really want to experience, that I really want to play, for fun. I'm a collector, but I'm also someone who collects for fun, someone who plays for fun. That's the whole reason why I play video games. It's not for a career. It's not for freaking, money. It's not for anything. No, it's all recreational. But anyways, there's so many more consoles that I want to collect. A lot of them being stuff like, the Intellivision, the ColecoVision, freaking the TurboGrafx 16, the Sega Master System, the Dreamcast, the freaking Sega Saturn. There's a whole bunch of different other consoles that I really want to collect. Only problem is that, first of all, physically, I have no space on my freaking TV stand to fit any more consoles. Like, after getting my Xbox One, I literally have no more space on my freaking TV stand, to do it. I can't put any other consoles on top of consoles. I can't, and two, and plug wise, I already got like sort of a fire hazard thing going on behind the TV. Well, I mean, not really, because I have it under control. I say that, but basically what I have behind all my consoles is, freaking surge protectors plugged into other surge protectors in order to have everything plugged in at the same time. Although I never have more than one thing, on at the same time taking power. But then too, everything is plugged in. So I don't know. But anyways, it just looks dangerous back there. I literally have no more plug room. And I am not about to freaking put in another surge protector into a surge protector that's already plugged into a surge protector. I think, from that point, yeah, you're just asking for the house to, to be burnt down. So, you know what? So I thought, hey, what if I just got, a second TV stand? But I'm like, where the hell am I going to put it? My room is pretty full at the moment. Hell, I got this big old couch in the center of the room. I got this, I got these other big pieces of furniture, like the freaking full size bed, my computer desk, my dresser, and my bookshelf. and shoot, I even have a file cabinet for like important documents and stuff. You know, I really don't have like any room for any more things. But you know, where there's a will, there's a way. Again, we go back to the bed. Hey, you know, I don't need a full size bed. You know, and plus I've been having this bed in this bed frame since 2011. You know, so I think, you know, it's a good time to start, you know, start giving it a little, or yes, to give things the old shake, you know, maybe, you know, change things around. So again, so last paycheck, you know, I got myself a twin size mattress, a twin size bed frame, and so, you know, when the time is right, you know, I'm taking this big old bed out and I'm replacing it with a smaller bed. So then I'll have all this room for this other TV stand that I want to get. I even found the one I really want. It looks cool. It's big enough to hold all the other consoles that I want. And on top of that, it's a TV stand made for TVs to actually, you know, sit on their stands, you know, as opposed to hanging them on the wall, or as opposed to you know, putting them on a swivel that's attached to the stand, you know. But this one don't have a swivel though. It's just purely a stand. You know, you just set your TV on top and bam, you know, you got your setup. But for me, I'm not getting another flat screen TV. No, I'm getting two CRT TVs, baby. Yes, 2 CRT TVs. Man, I am so excited because I already bought one of them from eBay the other day, and it's a CRT. It's a 13-inch. Well, both of them are going to be 13 inches. 13-inch CRT TVs. You know, made for retro gaming. And then, you know, this first one I got has a built-in DVD player, which, you know, I didn't really care. You know, because I got freaking an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. I mean, they can play Blu-rays and DVDs. But then again, if it's also kind of nice, you know, to be able to have another DVD player in case if I need it. Although I don't really watch DVDs, but hey, man, if I got the squad over and we just want to watch some, or for hell's sake, you know, if you want to watch on the CRT, hell, okay, you know, let's do it. But anyways. But then I thought, you know, if I got a CRT with a built-in DVD player, why not freaking just get another CRT TV with a built-in VCR? And you know what? That's easier said than done. Because here's the thing. First of all, with CRT TVs, like you go on to eBay, you go on to Amazon, every single listing for CRT TVs you'll find, you know. First of all, you're gonna find them at prices ranging from between $65, $75, including with shipping, like all the way to like freaking almost $200 or around like nearly $300, you know, for these old CRT TVs. And you're thinking, you know, what the hell? Like, these are old, outdated TVs. Nobody uses these anymore. Freaking everyone's using flat screens. You know, everyone's using HD. Hell, not even HD anymore. You know, people are moving on to UHD, 4K TVs. You know, so why the hell would anybody want to pay, you know, this more than like $2 for a freaking old CRT TV that wouldn't even connect to anything modern, like a Roku or Google TV or an Alexa Fire Stick or whatever you call it, you know, or even a PlayStation 3, like with the composite cables, it wouldn't even connect to that. So why would people pay for these TVs? Well, you look at every single listing for these old CRT TVs, they're all listed as gaming accessories. The whole fact that they're listed as gaming accessories just spikes their prices, like absolutely through the roof. Like, I'm just telling you, it's insane. Like, I mean, again, you know, you can find some pretty decent priced CRT TVs, again, like around 65 and all that. Hell, actually, I won a bid on eBay for mine, and I only paid 55. You know, I mean, shoot, I mean, it's still a little bit of money for an old CRT, but at the same time, you know, it's pretty good compared to the rest of the competition. And you know, and I said earlier, yeah, you know, anybody that's selling a CRT, they damn well know that it's really only retro gamers like me, you know, who are wanting CRTs, because there's a lot of freaking game consoles and such like that just look better on a CRT, or that only function a whole lot better on a CRT. Like, hell, like you know, this isn't part of the 7 other consoles that I want. But it is something that, but it is another variation of a certain console that I already own that I want. It's so I have the original, you know, toaster oven looking NES, but I want to get myself a second NES, and the specific one I want to get a top loading one, you know, so I can just hook it up to the you know, to the old CRT, and I can finally, you know, play games like Duck Hunt, you know, Hogan's Alley, freaking what's the other game? Oh, Wild Gunman. Man, after seeing that in Back to the Future, I've always wanted to play it. I have the game, I just can't play it because you know, freaking using an NES zapper, it don't work on freaking modern flat screens. It won't even work on freaking CRT flat screens. You have to have the old ones. Like, yeah, you have to have the old freaking CRT TVs with the curved screens, you know, that predate 2005, you know, because they will not work on any other TV. Shoot. And you know, and these TVs, you know, again, they themselves already drive up prices. But you know what really drives up prices? When they got technology built into them. Again, like DVD players or VCRs. And so what you call it, VCRs, you know, they're pretty rare these days, you know, because again, anyone that's had them, they just toss them to the side, because why would you need a VCR when you can get pretty much any like movie that's been released on VHS, you know, on everything else, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, you know, UHD, HD DVD, freaking streaming services. Like why would I need my old freaking you know, anybody can think, you know, why would I need my old, you know, VHS of Lion King whenever I could just stream it on Disney Plus? You know, again, you know, it's logical to think that way. But at the same time though, like, you know, there's still a niche people out there, including myself, that like, you know, collecting the old VCRs, you know, and that like the VCRs and the VHSs, that like to freaking, you know, play back on them, and shoot, even on freaking what do you call those, CRT TVs, and damn, so already, like, I hadn't looked at the prices for just a regular VCR alone, but I'm pretty sure like they're just as much as the old CRT TVs, because again, nobody's making them anymore. Hell, like the latest I've ever seen a brand new VCR being sold in stores was 2011. I mean, it's actually pretty late, you know, all things considered, but at the same time though, it was one of those VCR DVD player combos, you know. And after 2011, I stopped seeing those entirely. You know, by that point, you know, everybody moved on, you know, just regular DVD players and Blu-ray players. And shoot, and I wouldn't be surprised if, like, freaking by the end of this decade, or by freaking like 2031 or whatever, freaking people stop selling Blu-rays, because, like, you know, everyone's moved on to 4K or whatever, or 8K, or whatever the next new thing is. You know, technology is constantly evolving. And you know, and if you don't catch up, you'll be just left in the dust, or left to collect dust, like VCRs, which people just, you know, which a lot of people, specifically older people, you know, they'll just have them in their house, even if they don't use them. They'll just sit there alone in freaking old person purgatory, just collecting dust, rotting away, not being used by weird people like me. But anyways, so the rarity of VCRs, you know, that's already a big deal. What makes it an even bigger deal is finding a CRT TV with a built-in freaking VCR. Like, oh my god, the prices for those things are just nuts. I mean, absolutely freaking nuts. Like they can go for as little as $200 and something, you know, or at least from what all like most of the ones that I've seen. You know, they're always in the 200, high hundreds. You know, they're never like in the double digits. You know, you can never find one in the double digits, and they're still labeled as gaming TVs. But again, they just have that additional feature that you really don't see anymore. And hell, like, you look at any modern TV, you don't see any modern freaking flat screens with built-in DVD players. Or even if you do, they're the small ones, you know, and you may or may not be able to put them on the wall. And shoot, and actually, kind of in a way, you do kind of still see those kind of TVs being sold. You know, freaking smart TVs. You know, TVs with the built-in Android or Google or Roku or whatever. You know, so they kind of still exist in the spiritual sense, but again, it's just not the same though. And damn, and I was just so lucky that I found this one eBay listing for a CRT TV with a built-in VCR. Man, like, this guy must be some kind of a boomer or something, because obviously this guy does not know the value of these TVs, or at least the value other people put on them. But anyways, like this dude, he doesn't label it gaming like anywhere, and he's selling this freaking CRT with built-in VCR, you know, for $40, free shipping, just $40. And it's a 13-inch too, so it's quite a decent size. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm not gonna correct them and tell them, hey, you know, you could be selling this for a lot more. You know, I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity. I'm gonna just go ahead and buy it off him. Not right now, because I need to wait till payday, and payday is in a week from now. Oh no! Actually, well, kind of less than a week from now, because it's Friday. You know, but I still, as I record this, you know, I'm still awake from my Thursday. So, but anyways, you get the point. You know. Yeah, you get the point. You know, I'm gonna take advantage, buy that other TV, and hell, and actually, so I'm not gonna set up the bed until I get the TV stand, and I'm not gonna set up the TV stand until I get, you know, the two TVs, and I'm not gonna set up the two TVs until I get some game consoles, and not just one either. You know, I'm talking about like at least 3 consoles, or 2, really, 1 for each TV, and shoot. And so, because again I don't want to just, you know, take out my big bed now and replace it with a smaller bed, but I got this big old ugly empty space. Or I don't want to have or put in the bed and the TV stand, but there's no TVs. Or just do it with just one TV, but there's no game console. You know, I want, like, I want to do it at the right time. You know, just have it all set up. So like next time when I have my friends in here, and if they want to play like ColecoVision or something, hey, you know, it's already so set up. You know, I already got my second game station, you know, getting all set up here. You know, it's gonna look fine. It's gonna look cool. You know, especially with the way I really want to set it up. So I have like the freaking 7 or really 8 other consoles on the bottom, inside the, you know, the little shelves of the TV stand. And then I got the model, you know, so then I got like a second Genesis, and I got a second NES, you know, on the sides. You know, being able to play all these retro games on retro TVs, and just being able to have like the VCR and the DVD player. You know, it's gonna really add to the aesthetic. Man, I'm so excited for this stuff. Man, shoot, like, and I'm just really overall excited that I can continue my my game collection for just a little bit longer. And you know, and not because after this, you know, again, I gotta put another halt on consoles, because at the moment I would already have had everything that I currently want, you know. And so then the only thing from there is just games, you know. And that's another thing about the bookshelf, because I already know, like, as of right now, I'm collecting a whole bunch of like games for my modern consoles, and they're taking up the most space right now, especially the PS4 games. But man, freaking, let me tell you, it's gonna be even more crowded whenever I add Atari games, Sega Saturn games, Sega Dreamcast, freaking Atari. Well, I already said Atari. Freaking TurboGrafx games, like freaking Intellivision, ColecoVision. It's gonna get even more crowded. So what I'm gonna do is I'm buying another bookshelf. Although I won't have any room for that in my room. I'm just gonna put it in the, in the upstairs living room. You know, just make us look like, you know, intellectuals. You know, just have books, you know, on the bookshelf. You know, and just truly look like, you know, we're smart people that read all day. You know, I mean, okay, you know, people are, like, everyone in this house is decently smart. But I don't really see us reading a lot, or at least anything other than the Bible. Speaking of that, so that actually leads to the other topic I talked about on the podcast, which I really sounded high while talking about it, because man, I was like, man, Jesus this, Jesus that, man, you know, and I'm just telling you, that's the way it is, man. You know, I sounded really high, so I'm kind of glad that wasn't the final recording yesterday. Otherwise, I probably would have highly embarrassed myself. But anyway, so Bible reading. Okay, so lately I've been getting a lot of convictions. You know, I've been seeing a lot of posts on Facebook, you know, just kind of like convicting me on certain matters. Now, these certain matters specifically point to me, you know, getting into my Bible, you know, getting back to reading it regularly, whether it's every day or every week or whatever. I want to get back on a routine. And the other thing is that I saw this one meme, and this other meme is one where, I mean, it wasn't like meant to be a funny meme, but it was meant to point something out. So there, you know, you see these two guys, you know, they're both having a beer. You know, there's one, you know, they both look like freaking rockers. You know, and the one's got the big old mohawk and the leather jacket. You know, he's got the freaking like Van Halen shirt or whatever. Actually, you know, while we're talking about that, hashtag rip Eddie Van Halen. We literally just lost a rock god, man. It's sad. But anyways, So then you got his buddy. He's bald, but he looks menacing. He's got the beard. He's got the he has also got his beard. He's got the AC/DC shirt, and they're just talking. But then one of them starts saying, "Hey, I'm an atheist and you're a Christian, and but we both like the same things. We both wear the same clothes. We both do everything the same. We both go to the same hard metal concerts. We both get drunk the same. Every Saturday night. We both do this and that the same. And so what's the difference between us?" And as this guy, as this guy in this comic, kept on mentioning all these things. The Christian guy, really can't come up with an answer. And just realize that he, other than believing in God, he's really no different than anyone in the world. And that just reminded me of a verse in the Bible that says, we live in this world, but we are not to be of this world. Don't copy, don't mimic the customs, and don't mimic the customs of this world. Be set apart. Christ asks us to be set apart, bring the light in the world of darkness. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to have a mohawk or to freaking be like me and have a big spiky mask or whatever. No, I am not saying that. I am not saying that, but as Christians, we are to be we are to be set apart. We're meant to be different. And even if it's not clearly obvious from sight, our actions should speak louder than words. It should spark louder than appearance. And that really got to me, because really I haven't really been acting very Christ-like lately, and I have a yearning in my heart that wants to be more of that. Again, I want to read my word more. I want to display Christ more in my workplace, with my friends, with my family, with everybody. And I hadn't really been doing that very often. Actually, if anything, I've just been you look at me, you see me, you really wouldn't think the first thing about me is me going to church or anything like that. No, it would just be more so like, oh, he's a weeaboo. He likes rock music. This is about it. He works at Walmart. He likes fried chicken, only on Sundays when the best fried chicken place is closed. But anyways, you get what I mean. Water. I need plenty of that. But anyways, so you get what I mean, though. I want to go back and and continue being the man of God that God wants me to be. But in order to do that, I need to be more. I need to get back into my word. I need to get back to God's word. Reading the Bible every day. And also, as well as taking notes aside. Learning from His word. Trying to absorb. Any kind of teaching He's trying to teach me through. The words of the Bible. And and I really want to start doing that. And this Sunday. This past Sunday, really, there was a sermon. Honestly, I don't remember what the pastor was saying, and normally I would, but lately for the past 2 years already, man, I hadn't been able to just sit down and take notes in church anymore, because I basically at my church, I go there and I can just go straight to the freaking camera in the back and I operate it, and I follow the pastor around with the camera, but while I'm doing that, I can't exactly take notes or really pay attention to what he's saying, because I'm over here just trying to make sure that he's on screen and that I just don't doze off and he ends up getting off screen and everyone looks at me weirdly. And actually, the funny thing is, freaking now it would be even more obvious, because they moved the podium where the camera is to the center of the damn room. And I'm so used to being in the back, because when I'm in the back, I feel kind of laid back in a way. Actually, you're laid back in the back. But anyways, I can make a mistake and people really wouldn't turn their heads right away, because they really wouldn't know where I'm at. And probably, honestly, the best part about being in the back was that I can fart as much as I wanted to. Like I didn't have to hold it in and make my stomach hurt, because again, nobody was behind me, and nobody would be around me, so I could fart as much as I want and not have to deal with consequences. Now that the freaking podium is in the center of the room, I have to hold in my farts because everybody's around me, and if I make even one tiny mistake, everybody can clearly see this big old freaking camera and this big old fat dude in the center of the room operating it, and they'll just all give me that look, and I'm like, I'm sorry, please don't kill me. But anyways, so again, I don't remember what the pastor was talking about last Sunday at service, but I do remember getting convicted about this one club I had way back in the day. It was 4 years ago, actually, 2016. So I in high school. Actually, look, let's go back a little bit further. And it was the summer right before going into my senior year. So I was in youth service. I was praying. I was worshiping the Lord, and then the Lord spoke to me, and He told me that He wanted me to take my faith a step further, and He wanted me he wanted me to establish a club, kind of like a Youth for Christ club in my school. And now let me give you some context here. Now, so my school, I went to Deer Park High School, and at the time I was going, Youth for Christ really was it existed, and it was a club that you could go to, but nobody ever went to it, and mainly because nobody even knew it existed, and those who didn't really do a good job at telling other people or inviting other people. And hell, even when the club would try to advertise their club in book fairs or club fairs, or even just on any regular day, in the hallways, they really didn't do a good job at doing that, because there would just be one tiny piece of copy paper with it's freaking printed all in black and white. You can barely read what it's saying, and it's just it's posted onto a bulletin board, which is bombarded and blocked by a whole bunch of other things, so it was kind of hard, to figure out, it was kind of hard to figure out, where, what is this Youth for Christ thing, where is it at, does it exist, all this kind of other stuff, and man. And so, anyway, God wanted me to start this club, and I named it Rise. Why Rise? Well, because I remember having a flyer, and it said something like this. It says something like, we are a generation, who rise up against the odds that make us fall. And, we hold on to our hope, and, we hold on to our hope and faith. Well, no, sorry about that. We hold on to our faith in hopes that we should become stronger to face, the struggles and troubles of everyday life. Or it was something like that. I forgot what the flyer said, but it said something roughly like that. And the other reason why I named it Rise is because I'm over here trying to come up with a name for it, and I don't want to just name it Youth for Christ 2, the sequel, the revenge of Jesus or anything like that. I wanted to I was looking through specifically Skillet albums, and I was like, Alien Youth, Awake. How is that gonna be relevant? Comatose. How does that make sense? I thought Rise. And I even brought the name to my youth pastor, and he was like, "Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's use that." My youth pastor really helped me. Setting up this club. Only problem is that I didn't do a good job trying to maintain the club, or even be a good club leader, or even care about my club. Because again, I acted as what God told me. He told me to go establish this club, and that's exactly what I did. I grinded just to make sure this club existed, and I got my sponsors, and that everything would be nice and fine and dandy. Only problem was that when all was finally said and done, I didn't really do a good job really caring for it, actually, because the way the clubs work was that it was pretty much kind of like Youth for Christ. You would always have a speaker, giving us a good word, and then most of the time that speaker would be me, and I'd just be going off of whatever notes I'd written, from my word that week, and whatever personal experiences or whatever would connect to it, sort of like a youth group thing. And our group never really surpassed more than just the same 4 people that always went. One of them being me, and one of them being my boy Victor, and another one being my sister, and her friend. So yeah, so basically it was just a personal meeting between us friends. And shoot, like even when the club fair came, like, man, I was just way too damn shy. I did not want to deal with people trying to promote this club. So you know what happened? Damn, man, freaking, I'm over here, just sitting down on my seat while the anime club, which I didn't like anime at the time, is over here, being all like extrovert. They're freaking going up to people going, hey, if you like anime, if you're just like hanging out with cool people, you can come to this club. Hey, you want to join the anime club? And I'm like, damn, why can't I do that? Why am I so scared for? And then the club was like every third Saturday. It took place every third Friday too. So it's not like I had to do this like whole club thing very often. But again, I was just very lazy about it, and honestly, I felt, looking back at it now, I feel kind of horrible about it, because again, this was a mission that God gave me, and I didn't really deliver, because I really was just thinking about more about myself than the actual mission that He wanted me to complete, and so I never really knew the end goal of this mission, but I understand why God told me to start this club. It's because, that specifically that year, my senior year in high school, man, let me tell you, there was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And and I'm talking about like maybe 3-4 suicides happening within weeks of each other, freaking, and every time, the school spirits would start to become, positive, going back up, something else big would happen, someone else would kill themselves, and, it just brought everyone's morale down. That year was pretty damn dark, and what made it what didn't make it any better, that just people, like, there's a lot of people who are just who just don't really care about others. There's a whole lot of selfish people, there's a whole lot of idiots, there's just a whole lot of freaking me's who just cared about themselves, and it just again, like I said, I was one of those people, and I just, yeah, I can see why God wanted me to do this club and bring the light to the school, because in this world of darkness, what we need, someone who we can bring our hope to. And I even remember having this heart-struck feeling, after just hearing about all these suicides happening, and how, like, if I could have at least planted a seed of hope into them by speaking the word of God, it would have been just, it probably would have saved them, probably wouldn't have, but at least I would have planted a seed, and hopefully, like, maybe even at the last second of their life, maybe like they would have made that decision to to accept Christ, to maybe like be free in His name. But then again, they ended up offering themselves, so I'm not too sure about that. But it just really hurt me, because I'm like, I don't want this to ever happen again. Like, I don't want someone else killing themselves on my watch. I don't want I don't want people just killing themselves because they think they aren't good enough, because they think that this life is too hard, and it is pretty hard, it is pretty dark, and it ain't happy-go-lucky, it ain't sunshine and rainbows. But like I don't want people just offering themselves because they can't be strong. Like, again, for a lot of us, we're weak. We need others to be strong, and there's a lot of people, including myself, who don't really want outside help because we see that as weakness, because we don't even like asking for any favors, like, hey, like for me for example, if I need a ride to get to work, actually I remember this past like a couple months ago, actually, my car broke down, and and I knew it was going to take a while to fix, but I didn't want to call an Uber, I didn't want anyone's help, I didn't want anybody giving me a ride to work. I didn't even want my grandma lending me her vehicle for me to get to work. I was just so prideful that I went overdrafted in my freaking bank account, got myself a bike, and I told myself, this is how I'm gonna get to work, from working home. Hell, this is how I'm gonna get to my friend's house, when I'm on my days off. And hell, if needed, I will take this all the way, freaking quite a bit of miles away to get to my girlfriend's house. But then you know what though, that's just, That's just a downfall of many of us. That it's just we're just so damn prideful that we can't just like. Well, we're just so damn prideful. We're just so damn stubborn that we can't seek outside help, and it's just I just feel so bad that I couldn't, at least do my part, do anything to help these kids. And we're graduating now. It's been years, but still, like, it still haunts me in a bad way. And you know what? And so again, I can't change the past. The past is the past. And you know what? Even if I had spoken to those kids before they died, accepting Christ, that's a personal decision. I can't change your mind. He or she, we, we, whatever, can't change your mind about things. No, that's a whole personal heart decision. All God wants me to do is just bring you the word. Bring you the word, bring you the light. It's your choice whether you want to follow it or not. And so what I've been wanting to do was that again, with that word from the pastor, with the Facebook memories reminding me about Rise, with everything going on, and hell, I even had some, and specifically what really drove my whole motivation for what I'm about to say is I have this one friend. He's a real good friend of mine. He works with me, and he's a cool guy. And at work, he's always smiling. He's always so funny. But then I read his post on Facebook, and honestly, just they bring me to tears because because behind that smile, he's going through some rough times, in his heart and his mind. And again, I'm praying for him, but I feel like I want to speak, I want to speak to him, but it's not just him that I want to speak to. It's everybody that's feeling like this. And then there's a lot of people that at work, at school, and just life in general, even within the church, that are just going through stuff. And and I'm just remembering the mission that God gave me 4 years ago, that I just completely bombed at. And you know what? I don't want to just be in the sidelines seeing these people, go through troubles and not say anything, just be silent and not do a damn thing. No, I'm gonna get off my freaking rear and do my part. I want to speak, hope, into these people's lives, because I'm sick and tired of just seeing negativity all around us. And 2020 has been a freaking mess, pal. It's been a damn mess, and I do not, need any more negativity going around here. Haven't we all been through enough? And again, we can't simply just ask for God, to snap his fingers and, and make everything go away. He's very much capable of doing that, but it's just not that. The way life works, it's not that simple. It can't just simply work that way. This is life, and this life, it's meant to be experienced. It's meant to be, endured. In life, it's not easy. Maybe it was easy, but then freaking Adam and Eve ate that damn apple, and look where we're at now. We're in a fallen world. There's trouble going on everywhere. I see trouble coming from here, there, everywhere. And you know what? We simply just can't stop it. There's so much bad things going on in the world, and it all originates, just the original sin, just screwing everything up. And I'm over here, saying that, okay, I want to bring a ray of hope, a ray of light in this world of darkness. And God tells us that, we may not be able to pray for a simple, easy life, but sure as hell we can freaking pray for the strength to carry on, for the strength to be strong enough to handle this world. Because you know what, this world, as we grow up and as we keep on going, it's just gonna get rougher, it's gonna get tougher. The troubles and the struggles, they're just gonna keep going higher, like in a freaking RPG video game. They're just gonna as the further you go, the stronger the enemies get. But if you become stronger yourself, as you keep on training, as you keep on hoping and praying and just sticking to God through the thick and thin, and just through the fires and the fires and the waters and the airs and the earths, man, let me tell you, you just keep that faith. You just keep believing. No, not just believing. No, that's just that's bad theology. No, you just keep enduring. You just keep your faith in God. You just keep praying to give you the strength to carry on. You will be strong enough to to handle what other freaking thing life throws at you. And you know what? I really want, to be one of the vessels, not just for God, just not just for God's sake, to bring this word, to bring word to y'all. But no, I also want to be there for your sake. I want to do whatever I can, to help you become stronger. And whether it's just by simply speaking, or whether it's by, getting off my freaking rear and doing something, I want to make a change, in any little way I can. And shoot, even bringing, one person, just one person, into a more positive, brighter light is all that I need. It's all that God needs. Although, yes, it's great if we can just bring like stadiums full of people, to Christ. If we can just bring stadiums full of people, into just a more positive light, or freaking strengthen thousands of freaking people. Like, it would be nice, but but it doesn't matter how much work you put into it. It's worth it if even one person, is uplifted. If even one person is made stronger. And the whole thing with Rise, and the whole thing, with the words that Pastor, put into my heart, I decided I want to bring Rise back. I'm not in freaking high school anymore, so I'm not gonna freaking rent out a damn classroom, to do these things. No, like, I got a podcast here. No, don't worry. My channel is not going to become this big old Christian page. And I'm sorry, I'm not talking about anything else anymore. No video games, no politics, no nothing. Just get out of here. This is the Christian territory now. No, what I'm saying is that every now and again, every so often, and this will also help me to keep staying in my Bible, to keep getting back into my word. Because, I got a podcast and I want to use it as the way I should have used Rise. Go out to people, tell them about, tell them about it, freaking go out there and just tell people about God and about how, keep on praying for that strength that you can not only just carry on, but you can be strong enough to face, what comes after you. And trust me, it sounds freaking ridiculous as hell, but when you actually truly believe and when you want it, it works. Like, it freaking works. Because honestly, you try applying this stuff whenever you don't believe, it ain't gonna work. Because again, because your heart doesn't want it, your mind doesn't want it, it ain't gonna work. But you know what? But if you truly seek it, you will find it. Hell, that's a freaking verse in Matthew. Like, if you seek, you shall find. And all I'm saying is, in this world, we need hope. And God wants us to be the hands and feet of Christ. And if I could be the mouth and just speak, His word into my podcast every now and again, that's, hey, I'm willing to do it. I'm going to do it. And doing this, it's gonna help me stay in my word, because if I stay in my word, I can get notes for the next Rise, for the next Rise podcast, and I just keep that little cycle going, because I want to be a hero, and again, there's all sorts of heroes, but I want to be a hero that brings, power, that empowers not myself, but empowers, those around me, because truly, in life, we're surrounded by people all the time, and I believe that everyone's empowered. If we could all find that strength, around each other, we can get through not just 2020, but we can get through everything together. God, man, that was quite a bit that I just said there. But every bit of it was true, though. And, I really, because again, I truly want, I just don't want another day to pass by where I'm sitting on the sidelines, you know, looking at all this crap that's going on, and I'm not doing a damn thing. You know? Shoot. Convictions, man. Let me tell you. Once they hit you hard. I mean, damn hard. I mean, so freaking hard that, like, freaking... like, I never had a boner freaking as hard as this freaking conviction's been hitting me. And speaking of that, you know, a few podcasts ago, I wrote it. I was speaking about my sexual addictions, and I was just speaking about how, you know, like, for even if you look at my, you know, my first podcasts, you know, just looking back at them. Obviously, I just had a sexual addiction. I was just really open about it, and I didn't really care, you know, whether it was an addiction or not, because I just used that as an escape. You know, it was just another thing that I worshiped, basically. But you know what, though, I realized how wrong I was, and you know, and just seeing the kind of person my addiction turned me into. You know, it made me want to be a better person, a better man of God. You know, someone who can't, you know, someone who's not an animal that's just succumbs to my freaking, you know, animal instincts. You know, just at any moment, like a dog or whatever. You know, a dog in heat, or any animal in heat, really. But you get what I mean. You know, because again, you know, because I've been, like, even after that podcast, let me tell you what, the troubles and the struggles of sexual addiction, it's just hard. You know, it's super rough, man. And let me tell you, it took a lot of prayer, it took a lot of self-control, it took a lot of stuff. But you know what, as of right now, you know, it's been like almost 2 weeks, you know, two and a half weeks, somewhere around there, since I last did it. You know what, and I feel stronger, actually. You know, I'm not feeling that urge as much anymore. You know, again, I'm slowly trying to weave myself off of it, hoping that as I slowly weave myself off and become stronger against it. And I'm feeling exactly that. And I feel so free. Like, I feel so free from my sexual sin that, you know, that I can truly continue pursuing, you know, what God wants me to do. And I remember, a lot of podcasts ago, I talked about that God has called me into ministry, specifically worship ministry. And if I could just break these chains, you know, like me, you know, through Christ, I have broken these chains, and I can continue moving forward. And I believe that since I have broken these chains, I can help others break their chains. Of course, it's all God. It's not me. You know, it's only through God I can even think about doing these things. But again, if I can do it, then there's no reason why I can't help someone else do it, you know? And that brings me a lot of hope. And so, you know, I'm going to try to be as serious about this as possible. And I'm just going to go all in, you know, like in a game of poker. And I'll put all my cards in. I'm all in. All freaking in. Hell yeah. Shoot. Whew. Man, been hitting that water bottle tonight. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all that I talked about in the podcast I attempted to make last night. You know, that was 55 minutes long. I'm seeing that now. Yeah, we hit over an hour, so hey, we're pretty damn good. But anyways, I don't really have anything else to talk about. And so it looks like, yeah, judging by the sheer length of this podcast, yeah, you know, it's not a mini cast, it's a full length podcast. A little late in the week, but, you know, other things were just going on, and, you know, I couldn't do my Tuesday, Wednesday thing. So, but anyways, you know, ooh, I could taste my lunch there. But anyways, shoot, just got a little serious. Let's see. Well, what am I going to name this podcast? That is a good question. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'll just name it journal entry number whatever. You know, because that's what it is. You know, it's journal entry number whatever. You know, because I don't feel like listening back and just thinking. Sorry, just burped. You know, it's kind of hard to speak, but anyways. I don't feel like listening back and seeing what I talked about. You know, I'm just going to simply call it journal entry and call it a night. Anyways, so if you made it this far, you know, thank you for listening to what I had to say. You know, just thank you for just being there. And I do promise that I want to be the the best man of God I can be, so I can be the best I can be for you. You know, because I feel like as of right now, I can use this platform for a mission, and that's all. And if that's what I need to do at this moment of time to get things going, so be it. Anyways, this is your boy Asiago on the podcast known as 3am Thoughts, signing off. 1, 2, 3. Have a good one. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so actually, a little update on that TV. So yeah, so as of recording this, I actually recorded the main tonight's podcast like yesterday actually, and so here we are, 24 hours later. I looked on eBay. Actually, eBay notified me that that TV I was talking about, yeah, it's unavailable. Looks like somebody snatched the opportunity before I could. Well, happy for them. Yeah, now I'm looking at this other TV. No, I mean, it's exactly what I want. The price, well, I'm gonna have to live with it because it's the best price I can find at the moment. And so I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and do it. Anyways, so this is the little after credit scene. So, hey, hell yeah! Thank you for listening. I'll see y'all go out.